It's not every day the regulatory tide flips, but in 2025, something dramatically changed. After a political shift and a Justice Department that pushed back on heavy-handed classifications, firearms that had been buried in red tape suddenly started showing back up on shelves. Suppressed pistols, braced PDWs, integrally suppressed rifles, and other designs that once sat in legal limbo began moving again, cleared by clarifications, court wins, and a new administrative approach that stopped treating innovation like a crime. These aren't mere range toys or repaint jobs. This is the kind of gear enthusiasts, professionals, and collectors have been waiting years to run. Today, we're counting down 8 platforms that made the comeback under that 2025 change. Compact, capable, and suddenly lawful again. Strap in. Number 8 is the B&T GHM9 Compact Gen 2. Swiss-built, slick, and built like an engineering statement, the GHM9 has long been prized for its precision and soft shooting. For a while it lived in a gray area because of its telescoping brace setup. Dealers avoided it, buyers worried about ATF rulings, and practical ownership became a legal headache. After 2025's rollback of the brace confusion, the Gen 2 settled into the market as a pistol again. No NFA tax stamp, no waiting, just a compact 9mm platform that runs Glock magazines, offers a full-length rail, and handles like a tiny subgun. It's a perfect example of a design that was never the problem. The rules were. Now in your hands, the GHM9 is simply what it always was, a high-quality pistol-caliber carbine in compact form. Number 7 is the Sig Sauer MCX Rattler PCB. Imagine rifle power folded down small enough to hide in a backpack. That's the Rattler, built around the MCX family and intended for 300 blackout or 5.56 configs. It's a purpose-built folding brace pistol, designed to be discreet without sacrificing terminal capability. Legal limbo over its brace once made owners play it safe, but post-2025 guidance cleared that air. The Rattler returned to active duty as a legal pistol platform. No tax stamp drama, no months of waiting. What you get is a tiny powerhouse, monolithic upper, tuned gas system, and the ability to run suppressed subsonics or supersonic loads reliably. It isn't cheap, but for anyone wanting rifle power in a pocketable package, the Rattler is a realized idea. Number 6 is the Silencer Co. Maxim 9, one of the most talked about integrally suppressed pistols ever made. Unlike threaded pistols with cans bolted on after the fact, the Maxim was engineered from the outset to be suppressed. Integrated suppression, modularity, and ergonomics that were worked around the can instead of around the barrel. For years, the Maxim's market was hamstrung by slow suppressor approvals and uncertainty. But after 2025, approvals sped up and the market thawed. Yes, suppressors still require the statutory process, but the pathway is shorter and less hostile than it was. The Maxim returns as a purpose-built, practical, hearing-conscious defensive pistol. Expensive, thoughtful, and unlike most handguns, crafted to be quiet out of the box. Number 5 is the Franklin Armory RS7, a firearm that was designed to challenge regulatory assumptions. The RS7 walked up to the line with a short overall length and a straight-cut barrel that drew technical interest from agencies seeking to reclassify it. Franklin Armory pushed back in court, won a decisive ruling, and the RS7 came back into circulation without the NFA passport many expected. Chambered in 5.56 or 300 blackout, built on robust receivers with a pistol-length gas system, and ready with vertical grip options, it gives rifle-caliber performance in a compact footprint. The point here isn't just shock value, it's that innovation tested the law and prevailed. For buyers who want maximum capability without extra paperwork, the RS7 is emblematic of that shift. Number 4 is Daniel Defense's DDM4 ISR, an AR pattern carbine that was conceived around integral suppression rather than suppression being an afterthought. With a pinned 9-inch barrel and welded suppressor that brings the total to a legal 16 inches, the ISR runs subsonic and supersonic 300 blackout reliably thanks to carefully tuned gas systems and duty-grade construction. Integral suppression shifts balance and recoil characteristics in ways that purpose-built engineering takes advantage of, and the ISR represents that philosophy. In the old days, an integrally suppressed rifle invited layers of uncertainty and administrative risk. In the new environment, it's a legitimate, registered platform that delivers quiet performance without the juggling of multiple approvals. Number 3, and you really won't believe this one at first hearing, is the Q Honey Badger line's more compact sibling, the Sugar Weasel. It looks cheeky and it sounds whimsical, but the Sugar Weasel is a serious, hard-running 300 blackout pistol in a tiny package. Essentially a pared-down Honey Badger with forged receivers and a short, optimized barrel. It was trapped in the same brace controversy that kept other braced pistols locked in safe mode. Once the legal fog lifted, however, the Sugar Weasel's true role returned, a maneuverable, suppressor-friendly pistol designed for tight spaces and quiet stopping power. It's compact enough to disappear in a bag, loud enough to matter if necessary, and built to run. People who've handled it call it a sleeper. Small name, big teeth. Number 2, in competition shooters, that consistency maps directly into performance, gains more hits, less drama. If you need something that's proven itself in the harshest conditions imaginable, ask the operators who carried the SIG P226 MK25. This is the civilian-accessible cousin of the pistol, chosen by Naval Special Warfare. And that pedigree isn't for show. The MK25 is built with corrosion-resistant coatings, robust internals, and the same lessons learned from the XM9 trial's durability under salt spray, desert grit, and sustained use. Its DA/SA system gives you a heavy first pull when you want it, and a sharp single-action brake for follow-ups. Combine that with tight metal-on-metal lockup, and you get consistent headspace and predictable operation, even when fouled. There are field reports, not forum myths, of MK25s running past millions of rounds with routine maintenance and barrel swaps. That kind of longevity transforms a pistol from a tool into an institutional asset. If your job, hobby, or life depends on a pistol that must work in ocean spray and powdered sand, the P226 MK25 is a weapon you'll trust without a second thought. Practical tip: keep mags dry and rotated in long-term storage. Springs love attention, and SIGs rewarded with flawless feeding when called upon. Finally, at the top of this list is the Czech-made CZ SP01, a steel frame wonder that combines competition-level ergonomics with duty-grade durability. This isn't a lightweight plastic trend piece. It's a full steel platform with internal rails, a low-bore axis, and a mass that soaks up recoil. For match shooters and hard users alike, the SP01 offers a sight picture that snaps back to target, a trigger that can be dialed into a razor-crisp break, and an internal architecture that spreads forces across surfaces instead of concentrating them into failure-prone spots. Real-world torture testing has seen SP01s run tens of thousands of rounds, and when parts finally gave, it was the small, replaceable bits, not the rails or barrels. The magazine design, the durable coatings, the forgiving tolerances, all of it adds up to a pistol that thrives on heavy use. Want a handgun that you can feed bulk ammo to, run full matches with, and then sling into duty rotation without worry? The CZ SP01 is the armorer's secret weapon. Quick maintenance note: swap your recoil spring at the manufacturer interval if you run hot hand loads, and you'll reward the platform with decades of flawless service. So what ties these 6 together? It's not exotic finishes or influencer-approved optics, it's purposeful design that anticipates failure and prevents it. Whether it's the simplicity of a Glock, the brutal mass of a Ruger revolver, the overbuilt AK pattern rifle, the ergonomic genius of HK, the sea-tested SIG, or the steel frame resilience of the CZ, each one is a lesson in engineering for life, not lifestyle. Reliability isn't an optional spec on these guns, it's their core value proposition. They'll take heat, grit, neglect, and hunger, and keep answering when you pull the trigger. Now I want to hear from you. What's the most reliable gun in your safe? Did something on this list surprise you? Is there a sleeper platform that has refused to quit for you that we missed? Drop your go-to won't jam pistol in the comments. I read everyone, and the best stories might make it into a future episode. If you got value from this breakdown, do 2 quick things for me. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss upcoming deep dives, reviews, and duty range comparisons. Share this with your range squad so the next time someone brags about a pretty pistol, they remember functionality actually wins fights. Until next time, keep your mags loaded, your zero tight, and remember that a gun that refuses to quit is worth more than 1,000 Instagram followers. Train, maintain, and respect what you own, because in a bad moment, reliability becomes everything. This is Firearm Zone, where reliability isn't rare, it's required.